called is candidly and openly calling for a nationwide ban on all abortions with no exceptions for rape or incest. And if I've got that wrong, I would invite Ms. Foster to correct me. Do I have it wrong, yes or no?
If we added rape and incest exceptions, would you vote for it?
Okay, I reclaim my time.
Hello, my name is Kyle and welcome to the channel. And that exchange is Congressman Rankin and Catherine Foster, who is a anti-abortion activist on the Hill. I thought that was pretty good because she basically put it out there. Look, if you want to just limit the abortions to incest and rape, would you be okay with that and vote with us? And of course they don't. They don't want any part of that. But the main tag of the story is going to be the news that came out of Oklahoma today, where Oklahoma bans abortions after conception. And after we talk about this, we're going to follow up a little bit later about how the media is over-exaggerating people's sentiment on abortion, that this country really isn't as pro-abortion as the media wants you to believe. But this is actually a huge story. It just broke within the last hour or so. And I'm going to read the whole article. This is from the Washington Beacon. It goes on to say that Oklahoma lawmakers on Thursday passed a bill banning abortions after conception, except in extreme cases, anticipating the overturning of Roe versus Wade next month. Now, the way I understand it, and I haven't followed up on this, but there are states that have laws in place that are trigger bills that will go into effect immediately once the law, the horrible law that is Roe versus Wade, gets struck down. And so Oklahoma has kind of already stepped up their game, saying that they're going to ban abortions after conception. House Bill 4327 would only allow abortions for instances of medical emergencies, rape, or incest. The bill also permits private citizens to sue anyone who unlawfully terminates a pregnancy, echoing legislation passed last year in Texas. The bill comes as Republican-led legislators expect the Supreme Court to reverse the Roe ruling in June, sending the issue of abortion legalization back to the states. And Governor Kevin Stitt of Oklahoma said he will sign any pro-life bill that comes across his desk, and state legislators passed a bill earlier this month that banned abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. And in Oklahoma right now, there are only 4 abortion clinics. And so this is very encouraging news for myself and many, many others, and for the countless number of babies that would have been exterminated because of the policies of this country in terms of this Roe versus Wade decision. So that's awesome. And what the left will try and tell you, and they will always try and deflect and distract, and they would try and get you to think that the country is actually a pro-choice country, where in fact, that's not really the case at all. This also is from the Washington Beacon, and the article is "For Pinocchios, Media Exaggerate Public Support for Abortion." I found this very interesting, so I'm gonna go through this. This is from May 11th of this year. It says, following reports that the Supreme Court could soon overturn Roe versus Wade, the media rushed to assert that Americans support the abortion status quo. The reality is far more complicated. Consider the oft-repeated claim that Americans support Roe's decision. Here we have CNN poll. This is from January 21st of this year. As Supreme Court ruling on Roe looms, most Americans oppose overturning it. Here you have the Washington Post. This is from May 3rd of this year. Majority of Americans say Supreme Court should uphold Roe post ABC poll finds. But they're framing this, it obscures the fact that most Americans oppose abortion more and more each passing trimester. In other words, as the baby gets bigger, people are opposed to killing it. Here you have the first trimester, 60% of Americans are okay with it. And when you get to the second trimester, 28% of people are opposed to it. It dramatically goes down after that first trimester. And claiming that Americans support Roe also obscures state-level opinion. Even the New York Times notes that majorities in 11 states support banning abortion in most or all cases. And here are the cases. I will remove myself from the screen so you can see it. You have here Louisiana all the way down to North Dakota. North Dakota has a -3, meaning most people in North Dakota are opposed eliminating abortion at some level. And up to Louisiana, which is the most pro-life state, it looks like, well, maybe it's Oklahoma now. And so this doesn't even have Oklahoma in here. So 11 states right here have an opinion of getting rid of abortion, which I find very interesting. It's also something that you do not see in the mainstream media. And another media deception is that America's European allies are worried about the court overturning Roe. Well, is that true? Here we have this article here. In Europe, possible Roe reversal elicits concern and criticism, where Politico says EU smells trouble and Trump and US abortion fight. And we have CNN scrapping Roe versus Wade would make the US an outlier in the West. Here's how it compares on abortion rights. And we had the Washington Post, the global stakes behind America's abortion fight. And of course, they don't tell you that this coverage ignores the fact that most European countries limits abortion after 15 weeks, far fewer than Roe versus Wade. Here we have the article here from Fox News. Vast majority of European nations limit elective abortions after 15 weeks, US outside mainstream study. And there you have it. The deep red state of Oklahoma, God bless you guys, have banned abortion after conception, except for extreme cases. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on this article here at the end about the misconception of the popularity of Roe versus Wade in this country? I bet you didn't know these things. I didn't know these things. And it's very encouraging, which also means that anything going with the Supreme Court, whether it does get struck down, is not going to affect the election at all, because most people are indifferent, are against it, or understand that it's going to go back to the states and it's still going to be legal somewhere. And so give me your comments on that. I'd be curious to know what you think. And if you like what we do in this channel, we take pop culture and politics and filter to you in a conservative manner, then please check out some videos that we have picked out for you right